Hello, everybody. How are you? So glad that you are here. Is this playing? Did this play my little trailer thing? It was something new I tried, and I don't know whether it did it or not. I couldn't. Janice says it played it when she just clicked on the link, and I'm like, no, it's supposed to play it at the beginning of everything. Hello, Wanda Hutchins and Camper Tales. Good to see you on here. So did y'all get the intro trailer or not? It's kind of odd that they played it. And now I'm getting a countdown up there. No, y'all didn't get it.
Mine just came on and it
Didn't do it. So why do they give you that option to create a trailer that I spent almost an hour and a half on creating when they don't play it for you? That is just so weird. Hello, Texan Lulu. How are you? So good to see you on here. Suzette Large did not get a countdown. That just ticks me off. Oh, Frugal used her membership badge or icon. That's too cool. How did you do it, Frugy? Y'all are going to see her arm reaching in and out as she takes drink. There she goes again. She's by no, well, there she is. Hey, let's see. I can turn it a little more so they can see it more easily. Oh my goodness. No countdown. That just irritates the padookie out of me. So Jana saw it before the live, and then when I go live, y'all aren't seeing it. That's just so weird to me. I need to change my thing from top chat to live chat so I see all of you. I think I've gotten everybody, but I want to make sure. So, anybody notice anything unusual tonight? Sue, hi, nice to see you. Sue, was it you? I got mixed up with one of my other patrons last week about your daughter coming to KOKO Fest. The names are kind of the same. I think the other one is Derry, and her last name starts with S. So I flipped y'all's names. Sorry about that. Jeanette is in Kingman, Arizona. Suzette Large, yay! Suzette Large is the first one to ask me what's in my hair. Oh, no, Wanda Hutchins did too. I love it. Hello, Pearl. Miss you so much. And have you grown something on your okay? Hi, baby girl Alicia. That's my great niece, you guys. Give her some love. And Mel Dark Deer and Roylene. I have full screen, but nobody got my trailer. That just disappoints me so badly that y'all didn't get to see my trailer. Richard Albert says he was afraid to ask. Okay. These are in here for my cousin that just logged on. She says, hello, all from Lake Jackson, Texas. So she said I drove her crazy with my hair last week. She goes, why don't you just, I don't remember exactly what she said, but why, y'all got to know our humor. It's Texas humor. But she's like, why don't you just put some twigs and leaves in it or something like that and call it a day? So this week I put twigs in my hair. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, so the twigs were for you, Cindy. Love you. I went out in the yard and I got twigs for my cousin. I'm like, she's like, why don't you just put some twigs or something? Put a pin in it. Exactly, Surf and Dodo. You know our humor and how we tease with each other. Thank y'all for giving Alicia, my great niece, some love. Alicia, miss you so much too, my darling. I haven't been able to get back to Texas to see you, and it breaks my heart. You need to get your dad or your mom or somebody to bring you out here to New Mexico, and because I would love to be able to camp with you. That'd be awesome. Cindy sent some hearts. I'll send some hearts back, Cindy. There you go, darling. Love you so much. Let's see. Kathy said she saw it. And Judy, hi, welcome. Thank you for being on here and being one of my mods. Oh, Matilda, Tori, oh my gosh, it's so good to have you with us tonight. I hope that your service lasts so that you can stay with us. It's so good to see you. I just love Friday Night Lives. I've been doing this since Well, they started off on Sundays, but I've been doing this since 2018. And I feel like I know so many of you, even though we haven't met. And Norman in San Diego, my first YouTube member. Hello, darling. And let's see, Sue's at large. I think I told you I saw your comment or your post and I loved it, but I haven't had a chance to get back to you. I have the hiccups now. That's not a good thing for a live stream. Hey, Curtis, I love you, love you, love you. And I have the hiccups. Oh, no. Oh, no, Mr. Bill. We're close to, where are we close to? Roswell. We're close to Roswell, so I'm wearing my alien t-shirt. Dong, 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 dong. Isn't that fun? I thought that'd be fun since we're close to Roswell. Judy Connolly, hello. Oh, y'all are saying hi to my great niece. That makes me so happy. Linda says, good. Linda, not currently in Texas because she used to be currently in Texas. She says, greetings from the Great Lakes. And if you guys don't follow her on social media to see all of the wonderful pictures that she has been sharing from their travels, it is just amazing. FNL to SNL. That's kind of how it is. You're not ever going to get anything. Well, I shouldn't say never. Often, most of the time, that's what I want to say. Most of the time, we don't do serious stuff on FNL. FNL is our chance to hang out with each other after the week and kind of party and just to be together, the sketchy crew. I love you too, darling. I love you too, Alicia. How is Phoenix running this week? Oh, hell, hang on to those questions. Curtis, I hope you'll stick around to see about Phoenix. And if my cousin Mike is on here, God love you, Mike. I just oh my gosh. It is a wonder I'm not drooling and sputtering and stuttering. And I have been stuttering a lot this week with my brain injury, but it's been a shit show. I am not going to lie to you. I've been crying to all my friends and family. It's taken a village to hold me up and get here because it's just been awful. But it's all good now. Good. Suzanne, I have not responded. Yes, Matilda. Well, those weren't the early. Those were 2020 FNLs. But yeah, I guess it was because I've been doing my weekly live stream since late 2018. I checked today, and I think I started in October of 2018 doing weekly live streams, and they weren't consistent on a regular time at first. And then I did Sundays, and then I switched over to FNLs, I think, in 2020, Matilda. So you're right. Oh, gosh, Alicia, that's great. You can come help Aunt Debra with her toes and fingers, my darling. No, that dish I made for breakfast, wasn't that spicy, was it, Migas?
No.
No, I only put 2.
She ate pepper.
Yeah,
Jana
Jana ate the peppers. How many times did I say in her video, don't eat the peppers?
Well, it was good.
But she's a pepper eater. What can I say?
I'm a pepper eater.
She's a pepper eater.
You can be a pepper
You
eater
can be
too.
a pepper eater too. My cousin Cindy should be weighing in on that. She's a big Dr. Pepper drinker like I am. Oh, thank you, darling Alicia. And I'll tip you too. I just want to see you and hug you and kiss you, and I miss you so much. Yes, we do add salsa to the migas and sour cream and guacamole normally, or at least sliced avocados on the side. Jana's a hot chick. I'll agree with that. I miss your hugs too, Alicia. My sweet Alicia, you guys, when I have a picture for her 16th birthday. Alicia, I hope you don't mind me telling this story. I'm going to. So blah, 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 if you don't want to hear it. But for her 16th birthday, I put together a video and sent to her aunt Elizabeth, who you guys know from some of my videos. She and her husband, we camped together a lot, Cody. and y'all have met Elizabeth and Cody on my videos. And so Elizabeth was putting together things for Alicia's 16th birthday party. And so I made a video and put together a bunch of the pictures and everything of her life over the 16 years. And I was really distraught, and I held things up because Elizabeth wanted it by a certain day and time. And I got it to her, but I said, can you just give me one more day? I have been up all night. There was one picture I wanted in Alicia's 16th birthday video, and that was of me holding her when she was a newborn. And I finally found it at 4 a.m. in the morning, added it into the video, and sent it to Elizabeth for Alicia's 16th birthday. You talk about last minute, but I could not find that picture, and I wanted it in there. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, sweetheart. But I wanted that picture in there. It's like I could not send a 16th birthday video without me holding you as a newborn. So Lorelai is traveling with, Linda, not currently in Texas, and says hello. She too is in the Great Lakes of Michigan. Oh, good, Judy, you're getting some maintenance done. That's awesomeness. I don't ever lose hope, baby girl. I'm going to share my week with y'all, and if I don't lose hope, you sure as hell better not lose hope. I won't let you. I'll come find you. C&D Casita Adventures, they're back in Kansas after leaving New Mexico. It was just such a pleasure to meet you guys, and we're so thrilled that you came by and said hello. That was just awesomeness. That they were the ones, the Campos? No, C&D Casitas, I'm getting mixed up.
Yeah,
okay, give your mom a hug for me, darling. Huh?
Camps with Rob.
Oh my gosh, yes. And he did the video. Oh my God, I got the names mixed up. So we met some camp hosts that were in Casitas. And what am I thinking? Of course, Charlie and Diane, and thank you. We loved your gift, and they bought my books, and they were camped with Rob, Travels with Dottie. He put the hardest part about being a nomad is saying goodbye. And living in Michigan, the Great Lakes are magical. That's too cool. That's too cool. Yeah, there are 47 of you on here right now, and I have 24 thumbs up. So if y'all will do the thumbs up, there goes the fireworks. So yes, thank you for that reminder, Megan. So I'm going to share a couple of things before I get into the shit show week. That should have been the title, I think. What do y'all think? And for my great nieces on here, I'm sorry, I'm cussing. They know me. See you down the road. What did I say wrong? Surfing Dodo says that she thought it was see you down the road. So Melanie says, I absolutely love hearing about family members you are close to in your life after knowing what a difficult childhood you had. It's wonderful that you have close family in spite of all that. Yes, 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 and yes. My darling Alicia that is on here, her grandmother is my stepsister, Cherie. Cherie and I do not call each other stepsisters. We are sisters at heart. I have been from the moment we met. I don't know, 30 years ago. More than, gosh, golly Moses, 25, 30. I don't even want to say how. Oh, she'll kill me. Alicia, if you're already off, that's good, because if you repeat this to your grandmother, she'll kill me. But I think Cherie and I came into each other's lives 50 years ago. Oh my God. See the gray hair? And so she is very good to me. And my cousins that are on here are from my father's side. And Cindy was the first to say it, and I totally agree that if we had known each other, her mother and they would have taken me in, and I would have grown close to my father's family. And if you read my book, you know that I was lied to about my father and his family and thought they were all dead. And it turns out I had this wonderful, loving, big family on my father's side. Yes, care. Love you, Cindy. And Cindy and Mike are just my heart. They're more than cousins. And Cindy and I, she says, we would have shared a room, and oh girl, we would have gotten into so much trouble. And we would have. And we're the same age, just a few months apart. And Jenna's sending all the hearts. But Judy says her daughter will be 50 in March. That's awesomeness. And oh, good, Surfing Dodo. I was afraid maybe I said something. Y'all keep me straight, because I might say something that you never know is wrong. So I want to say that we've concluded my summer book signing events, and Lorelei says she missed my first book writing class. Are they recorded? Lorelei, if I don't answer that in a minute, come back and ask it again, please, because that is definitely one of the things that I want to talk about. Who gave me the hearts? Thank you for the hearts. There's your hearts back, whoever gave me the hearts.
How did they do that?
To see this little thing right here?
Oh, that. Sorry.
Yeah. They didn't do that. I did that. I did this one. Oh, I did this one. And they did the one on the screen. So, yes, Lorelai, I'll come back to that in a minute. I cannot tell you, I feel like I'm so far away from you guys. I cannot tell you. And see my Coco Pelli back there? My cousins gave me that as well. But, Kathy did that. Thank you, Kathy. There's some more hearts for you. Let me turn it toward the screen. You have to get it just right, or the screen can't read it. I'm not doing it right. It won't read it. Hang on, Kathy. I'll get it. Nope, I'm not doing it right. There we go, Kathy. You have to be just perfect to get it done. But it is really, really, real. Oh, that's so sweet, Jana. Thank you. She put up a link of me and my cousins at their house in Texas.
It's the right cousin. No.
I hope it's the right cousin. You gotta lean over and let them see your face on that one. Just kidding, she says. So hi, Donna. Good to see you. But it is a good thing that we thank you for all the hearts, Melanie. It's a good thing that we ended the summer with all of my book signing events. I don't know. We probably did, a dozen this summer? Maybe something like that. We probably did a dozen book signing events this summer, and it was wonderful. Got to meet so many people. Got to see C&D Casitas and hang out with them for a little bit. And you just never know who you're going to run into. And Susan Jack, yes, and she came to see us, and of course Rob and Dubs and yes, yay for loving extended relatives. I'm glad you have yours. Mine are worth their weight in gold. I'm rich in cousins. That's awesomeness, Suze at large. But we finished the last one on September 1st, a Sunday. And it's a good thing, because everything just kind of blew up. But we drove away from there. You do a book signing event, and we get up I don't know what time Jana gets up. Probably 6 for the book signing event, something like that. No, earlier. 5.
Alarms go off at 5.
Her alarm goes off at 5. Mine goes off at 4. I did not know you got up that early. Wow. Okay, so hers goes off at 5. Mine goes off at 4, and then it's just a rigorous schedule and a lot to do, but it's so totally worth it. And so we finished up that last one on Sunday, and so it was my alarm went off at 4, and we hit the road at 3, probably around 3. So almost an 11-hour day already, and we hit the road, and then we drove for a couple of hours. Judy says that's the time she goes to sleep. Yeah, I miss so many texts and calls and stuff at night because I'm already crashed. But I try to get back to people the next day. But so then we drove 2 hours, and somebody asked earlier how Phoenix is doing, and I'll tell you about that. But I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody that came out and bought my books this summer. Charlie and Diane are on here. They came by, and so many people came out and supported us. Susan, Jack, and Rob, and others. And I tried to start taking pictures of everybody that bought my books, and then of course some I missed, and because there's so many and there's so much going on. But it was so magical. It always is, to meet people. And one day I think I sold 3 books, and then one day I sold 19. And so you just never know how it's going to go financially. And that's not the big impetus for it. The big impetus is to get my books out there and my name out there, and to meet my wonderful new readers, and to hopefully see some viewers. And hi, Cody, good to see you. And so it was a wonderful summer with that in mind. They are hard work. It's a lot of manual labor. She's looking for a dog toy, in case y'all wonder what she's doing. There you are. Don't be sorry. She will not come on camera without me forcing it. So you don't ever need to apologize for being on camera. I love it. She's like, don't do it. Don't do it.
On a toy, but it was
she couldn't get it out of the box.
Yeah,
Here, hand me the box.
She's trying to pull it through the handle right here.
Yeah. So here's the. They have 2 toy boxes. They each have a toy box, and Sammy was trying to get a toy out of the handle, and it wouldn't reach. And she has like a pizza in here, and some of her toys are bigger. But here's the thing about the 2 baskets is, so we started off with Sammy's big toys and Bandit's little toys. Now, Bandit doesn't like the big toys, but Sammy's decided she likes all the toys. So we don't even try to separate them anymore. They work it out on their own. Accidental Jana photobomb. Yeah. Judy says we need to get some books into the Quartzsite Library. Yes, I want to do that. And let me I'm going to go ahead and say I'm one of the guest speakers that I hope to have on my WOW workshop. And my WOW workshops is writing on Wednesday. I am sharing everything that I know about writing and getting published, and all of the stuff in between, the time management, the marketing, the editing, the butt time. It is all far more than just writing to get a book done. But I am sharing my WOW Write on Wednesday. Thank you, Frugal. And it's for anybody that you don't have to pay any extra. If you're already, or you want to sign up as a $5, it's the Scout level, level 2 or above as a patron, $5, or on YouTube membership, it's the Pros level. That gives you automatic access. And I'm sharing all of this. I'm going to have guest speakers, guest authors, guest publishers, and I want to get the director of the Quartzsite Library in. And Melanie is one of the attendees on the workshop, and she says, wow, workshop is fun. That's so good. Mary Edwards, hello, good to see you. Wondering how you're doing. And my goal for that is to give back what I've been so freely given on writing, because with my brain injury, it's a miracle that I get to do this, and that I'm working on my 11th book. And so if you're interested in that, and yes, I believe it was Lorelei that asked, are they recorded and can you go back and watch them? If you are at one of those 2 levels and above, you definitely can. Terry is another one of our WOW workshop attendees, and really looking forward to, we meet on every Wednesday. I threw in some extra, and so we now meet on every Wednesday. Chris was another one that was there. And so there were 9 of us, or 9 attendees. And then we were able to cover a lot, I think. And I have it planned out to where I can take people through. And if the attendees will stick with me, even in addition to any projects they might be working on, we can get a short story book published for everyone within a year. And so that's the goal. The first Wednesday of each month, Lorelei, is a live stream. The second and third Wednesday is our Zoom calls where we can interact with each other and help each other out. And then the fourth, and if there's a fifth Wednesday, those are live streams as well. If you're at one of those levels, you will get the link and you can go watch that first live stream, and it'll tell you all about it. You'll get to meet the other attendees. And yeah, if you can't make it at the actual live, and even the Zoom calls, I will be posting and people will get to watch them later. I just encourage you, even if you just want to write your genealogy or just come and watch and try to learn what you can, even if you're not going to do the writing and the assignments and everything, that's okay too. If Megan is saying she wished her brain could handle the WOW classes, you can just hang out. Megan, if you're hanging out here, you can hang out there. It's all good. So really glad that you guys are interested in that, and be sure and check it out if you are. I shared, y'all asked how Phoenix is doing. Let me make sure I'm caught up on comments first. Glad you're here, Sue O'Donnell. That's awesomeness. So I shared with patrons probably late in the day because it took me I had some finance stuff I had to get to my trustee. It took me all day. And then I finally wrote a Patreon post, and that took me a couple of hours. Well, not really, probably about an hour and a half. And so my day was really, it just flew by. And then the next thing I knew, it was time for KOKO Fest. And no, not KOKO Fest. What are we doing? Live stream, FNL.
Oh my God, that's kinda...
Not KOKO Fest. That's one of the things I want to talk about, but not KOKO Fest. KOKO Fest is coming up, by the way, October 24th through 28th. I am starting to post more on the Facebook group about things and start putting things together. This will be my very last KOKO Fest. I've held one. This is the 9th year. No, I'm lying. 8th year. And I'm not going to hold any more. I will be holding a KOKO Fam camp together for anyone that is a patron or a YouTube member to come camp with me. And that will always be in February, probably in Quartzsite. This year, definitely in Quartzsite. So, but I'm not, and that's just us hanging out and camping together, but I won't be holding any more KOKO Fest after this year. So the park is booked up, but if you want to come, we will find you a space. Go to the All Things KOKO Fest Facebook group, and it tells you what to do if you can't get a space and you want to join us. So the reason that I'm not going to do any more KOKO Fest is because, one, it costs me $500 to $600 out of pocket. It's a lot of planning, and I don't mind that, but it's taking away from my writing and publishing time, and I've got books that I want to get done. And so it came down to I have to kind of choose my priorities, and writing and publishing more books is my priority. And so I really regret that, because there aren't many small venues anymore for people to come and learn about the nomad life, and where you get help every day. We start every morning off with wants and needs, people that want something, people that need something, people that have something to give. And you'd be amazed at the magic that occurs in those morning meetings when we do that. And so I know it's been very helpful. I mean, it's like Lisa and Judy are best friends from that. Sue comes every year. Chris comes every year. Suzanne at large, last year she won the Nomad Land license plate. Y'all can see mine. I can't do it. Y'all can see mine. I can't do it. Right there. It's signed by Charlene Swanky. That was in Nomadland. Each of us got a plate from being in the movie. but Charlene was kind enough to donate a Nomadland signed license plate last year. I wasn't going to give my only copy up, sorry. And Suzanne won it. And we just always have a wonderful time. So I'm sad that it's going to be the last KOKO Fest, but if you're interested in going or ever wanting to go, I encourage you, join us. You'll be glad you did. I know, right, Suzette Large? I know. That was very special of her, and she loved I sent her the picture of you holding that the license plate, and she loved that. So October 24th to 28th at City of Rocks in New Mexico. There is a City of Rocks on the East Coast. Don't go there. Come to the City of Rocks in New Mexico. Oh yes, you met Rob, Cheryl, Barb, and a bunch of others. That's true. That's true. You're welcome, Judy. It has truly been my pleasure, and it's going to be. It's hard to let it go. It's very hard to let it go. So Melanie's asking the WOW workshop is Jenna be hosting a session on how to wrangle squirrels? You never know. You can ask her. So the title of this live chat is what?
My ass is on fire.
My ass is on fire.
I'm drowning.
I'm drowning.
And light at the end of the tunnel.
Light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, my ass is on fire. Let's talk about that a little bit because it wasn't clickbait. It has been tough. Now I will say this. There are people watching this that are going through a lot. And I mean a lot. One of my dear friends, her daughter has been diagnosed with breast cancer and is in the throngs of treatment, and she is taking care of the kids. There is another fellow TBI thriver that I know that is having some issues. We never know what our brain injury is going to bring us. And for him, it has brought him to having some tests done that requires him to stay in the city, which for those of us, not all brain injuries present the same, but for those of us that have flooding and sound issues, staying in the city, it can be beyond detrimental. It can be painful. And he is wearing, his headset is different than mine, but he's wearing earplugs and a headset. And the house where they're staying, there's construction going on near it, and he is spending his days sometimes locked in a bathroom to get away, and with all of that garb on, just to have not have nosebleeds and ear bleeds and some of the things that we deal with. So and there's other people dealing with a lot. My cousins that are on here have been dealing with a lot. Sue just shared that she had surgery today. I share this not thinking at all that I'm unique or that I have it bad. I'm very, 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 very blessed. And I know that there are a lot of people going through a lot more than I am. And it has been a shit show. And most days I feel like I'm hanging on by my fingernails. And all I really want to do is crawl up in a ball and get under the covers. And I'm not allowing myself to do that. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about that tonight. Let's see. Lori is asking a KOKO Fest question, so let me answer that. Lori, in the future, because we're going to be off of the live stream here in a little while, anybody that has any questions about KOKO Fest, please be sure and go post it on the All Things KOKO Fest Facebook group. But she's asking if they have camping gear stuff that's still in good shape, can we bring it for the KOKO Fest raffle? That has to be seen in person, and I have a KOKO Fest raffle team that will look at everything used to approve. Of course, we prefer new things, but sometimes, I donated a used solar panel that had only been used 4 times one year. of course it got approved. I didn't approve it. The KOKO raffle team approved it, and so bring it, and we'll let them see it and let them decide. And if they say no for the raffle, you can always either give it away or sell it or put it on the free pile. So feel free to bring it. Doreen and Steve, I thought about you guys, and what y'all are dealing with, and what great love and community that you have supporting you guys. It makes all the difference in the world. But Doreen and Steve are friends of ours that we've been hanging out with in the Quartzsite Desert for many years, and we miss you very much, and we love you both. And so yeah, Norman says maybe you could do a KOKO Fest every 5 years. I that's an idea. Maybe, but in 5 years I'll be almost 70, so I don't think so. No, I'll be older than 70. I'll be 71. So maybe not. So, but thank you for thinking of that, Norman, and thank you all. Yeah, I'll send out. So Donna has cancers, and has cancer and is dealing with that. And I know so many of us have so much that we're going through, and it makes what I'm fixing to share, because I know about what Steve's dealing with and what Donna just shared. RV, living with the geezer. Hi there, good to see you. Our friend Boondocking with Dennis is going through a lot right now. And so there are many going through a lot. And just be sure that you maybe, let's call this the FNL Sketchy Crew family. You hold them in prayer, because there are so many. So what I'm fixing to share will pale in comparison, but with my brain injury, it has just about taken me under. I have this girl back here to thank for keeping me afloat. I have my cousins. I have each of you. I have a lot of love and support, and good friends, Judy Abernathy, Vicky Van Gogh, Pearl, Judith, Curtis. I'm going to miss somebody. Rob, Dubs. I'm going to miss somebody. So I hesitate saying names, but I am blessed to have so many wonderful people that lift me up and take care of me. Did I even mention my cousins? If I that's why I don't want to mention names, because I know I'll miss somebody. And so I'm very blessed. But I sent out a Patreon post, and I said 1,700 or 2,000, something like that. I added it up, and I said, bought me black smoke, because Phoenix is not fixed. She barely made it where we are here today. I have spent $2,200 on getting her fixed, and she's not fixed. I think thanks to my cousin giving me the list of stuff that a mechanic needs to be able to do, I was able to shop around and ask mechanics these questions. Can you do this, that, and that? And some of them were like, no, or bring it in, let me see. It's like, no, do you have these tools, and can you do this or not? Well, I found one that told me, he said, not only have you found somebody that has all of that stuff and does that stuff routinely, but I specialize in 1980 to 1995 Chevrolet carburetors. He's like, that's what I've known for. Everybody from all around brings me 1980 to 1995 carburetor engines to work on, because that's my specialty. So we've got our fingers crossed that the $2,200 I bought that bought me black smoke so far and barely got us here. It was awful. I will tell you. So I told y'all. I told y'all about, and I'm just ramping up with everything that's happened this week. No, she doesn't need a new engine, Megan, but thank you for thinking of that. Eventually she will, but she's only got 77,000 miles on her. What she needs is mechanics that quit fucking up. Sorry about the French. That's what she needs. So anyway, this guy, he just had all the right answers and all the said all the right things. And so, yes, thank you, Nomadic Stina, Kathy, Richard, everybody. I'm hoping Texas lady, me too. It's so stressful. At least she's not dying and my brakes failing and me about to go off a mountain, which is what happened before, as y'all know. But this is so I told you about the last book show. We get all loaded up and everything, get ready to drive off, and I start her up, and the black smoke and the stink and the noise that she now makes from the new carburetor install is so bad. It filled up the entire parking lot with black smoke, and people were like, and they were snarling at me, and this one lady raised her fist, and I was like, I'm sorry. I mean, I had to start my engine, and that's what she does right now till I get her fixed. And it's awful. It's so bad. And then she chugs, and I think Lori says that I thought this last guy actually knew what he was doing. I think he might have if he had spent more time on her, but I think he just kind of wanted her off the lot. And plus, we were getting ready to leave town, and I'm not sure what happened. I haven't given up on him as someone to work on Phoenix in the future, but this is not right. What sending me off with this carburetor like it is was not right. And so I don't want to say anything negative because he was so good to us, but he didn't. It's awful. It's awful. Anyway, so she also on a straight interstate. What's the name of what number interstate were we on? 25? We were on Interstate 25, which is really flat, has a little bit of rolling hills. I mean, not even inclines, just rolling hills. She would go from 60 to 30 just to get over the rolling hill, and I would have pedal to the metal. And of course, then she's blowing black smoke while she's trying to do that. Janice said the black smoke wasn't as bad. Yes, he fixed definitely. He gets credit for saving my life. He fixed the coil issue, which kept it from dying, which keeps me from getting thrown off a mountain with no brakes. I don't think it's the heads, Doreen. Tell Steve thank you. It might be, but I don't think so. And I'll get to that in a moment. But yes, getting today's gas carbs working right is difficult. There are some tools, thanks to my cousin Mike, and Chuck is on here. Chuck knows too. There are some tools where they can check the fuel pressure, can check the vacuum pressure. They can do things that wasn't done. The float may need to be adjusted. Suzanne just joined as a KOKO Superfam member. Yay! I love YouTube members and my KOKO Fam patrons. It's such fun. Thank you, Suzanne. But the floats may need to be adjusted. Maybe the jets need to be changed out to smaller jets, or there are a lot of things that can be done, but she didn't have these particular issues before the carburetor was installed. Now he did adjust the screw. Chuck, if you're still, Curtis, if you're still on here, the screw. He dialed them all the way in, because when I took her back to him, he had a chance to adjust all this. I took her back to them. She joined for the fun emojis and stuff on FNL. There you go. That's for you, Suze. And he dialed them all the way in to keep her from knocking, because she was sitting there and she go awful, awful, awful. And so he dialed them idle air adjuster. It's something screw. I shouldn't talk when I don't know.
Well, you could call it idle
air adjuster, screw line. Yeah, maybe. Curtis knows. Thank you, Curtis. And he adjusted them all the way in. That got rid of the knock. It sounded like she was just pinging, ping, 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 ping. And he got rid of that. And he said at the time, that doesn't leave you any leeway for any adjusting. And so, so that was a concern, and he wasn't willing to look at anything else because he he was back-to-back appointments. And so anyway, got rid of that knocking. But so she not only can't make it over just rolling little bitty hills, when I go to take off from a stop sign or a red light, she almost dies. This guy, he said, I think I told you, he said not, the thumbs up thing. I forgot it does that. He said that not only does he have a vacuum pressure regulator tester thingy, he has a fuel pressure checker tester thingy. and is the premier guy for old carbs on Chevrolet. So I'm really, really, really very, very hopeful. I have an appointment on Tuesday to take her in for that. So I've been out $2,200 so far, and I'm very blessed to have people that have been willing to help me get through this period, not only emotionally, but financially. And thank you. You know who you are. And I'm very, very blessed for that. Yes, Judy, he seems to have all the things that I need. So I'm really very, very hopeful. And then another $850 has bought me peace of mind. That $2,200 evidently bought me black smoke, but another $850 has bought me peace of mind. And let me explain what I mean about that. I love that y'all are all talking to each other over there and in the chats. That's awesomeness. But so I think I shared a little bit last week about my insurance and registration dilemma. I'm going to expound on it a little bit more this week because it might help someone. And that's why I'm willing to put myself out there publicly on the things that come up in my life, just in case it helps you or someone you know. Or you can, if someone brings it up, you can go, Debra Dickinson went through that. Check this out. So, my trustee, David, and I always make sure that we do everything legal. I am always about and always tell you guys, make sure you follow all laws, rules, regulations, and guidelines. And I mean that. Don't try to sidestep stuff, but follow the rules, laws, regulations, and guidelines. It doesn't matter whether they're stupid, whether they shouldn't be there, whether you agree with them or not. The fact is that they are. So just do it. And we abide by that, and we have always tried to make sure that we do that. So, for example, Nevada's that sun is there now. That got the glare off my eye. Nevada's domicile requirement is 30 days. Now, there's actually two, and I meant to put this in my Patreon post, and I didn't. So I need to make myself a note to go back and do this tomorrow. There are actually two different residency and domicile situations. Let me see if I can explain this, because this is important for nomads, and most people don't realize the difference. Every state has a requirement for how long you have to live there to be considered a resident of that state legally. Now, of course, if you move there the next week, you can go get your driver's license and change your registration and get your post office or whatever you're going to do, or, set up your mail and all of that. You can do that immediately. So that residency is different than the state's domicile requirements. If you're going to be considered a resident of a state, you have to have a legal address, and then each DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, for registration and driver's license is different on what they require you to bring. But to be considered a resident of that state, that is, every state is different. Nevada is 30 days. I think Texas is a year. Arizona and New Mexico is 6 months. And that is for you to get school tuition at the state rate, to maybe get state aid if the state offers that, to be considered sometimes even legally to participate in certain things at the state level. So the domicile requirement is different than establishing a legal residency. Nevada, and I hope that made sense, and I'm sure I'm leaving out some things, but good night, Lorelei. Nevada's domicile requirement is 30 days. If you live there 30 days, they consider you a legal resident, and you can apply and do anything in the state as a legal Nevada resident. South Dakota, I think, is 24 hours. And like I said, Texas, I think y'all do your own verifying. But Texas, I think, is a year. New Mexico and Arizona, I think, is 6 months. Every state is different. So do your own clarification on that. And so in Nevada, what David and I always did was we would pay a month's lease at an RV park every year just to make sure I was legal for that year. Hi, Daryl Drax. And I was legal. I'm legal. I do things legally. I don't do things illegally. And David, as my trustee, certainly isn't ever going to do anything illegally. Well, here a while back, Nevada said I wasn't a legal resident of Nevada. Now, by them saying that, they meant for the state, for the domicile legalities. And they were covering my Medicare gap. They just said, nope, you're not. Even though we had a receipt, my driver's license says it. We had all the paperwork to prove it. And David asked for a hearing. And she said, yeah, but she's not, she's that's all she does is 30 days. Maybe she can go get residency in New Mexico or Arizona. And so they have access to your bank and all of that. And they were what they did, I think, we'll never be able to prove it, but they go to your bank and everything, and they see where you're spending your money. And I wasn't spending my money other than those 30 days a year to get the residency in Nevada. So they dropped my the payment of the Medicare gap, and that's okay. But that immediately cost me like $350 a month, not chump change. And so that was like a big ouch, but okay, they have every right to do whatever they think is necessary. And let me turn my fan up. I'm getting hot, maybe because I'm getting heated. And so that was that. Then recently, I'm so over the state of Nevada, and I'm sorry if it comes across as me. Yes, Nomadic Stina, grrr, that's how I feel. And again, I'm not saying that they didn't have these rights. They can do whatever they want. Their state and federal laws, county, city, all the laws can do whatever they want. Oh, that's a cute emoji. Frugal, how'd you do that one?
It's a YouTube one.
That's a YouTube. That's cool. I turn that fan up, and if it's bothering y'all noise-wise, let me know. So that was strike one with Nevada. Then recently, I got my mail forwarded to me, as we do when we're on the road, and I have a box in Pahrump, Nevada. Did have, getting rid of it. And I've had it for the 9 years I've been on the road. It's worked beautifully. And that is not my legal resident address. I don't use mail forwarders for my address. Oh, they all found that emoji. That's so cool. We do it legally through an RV park and receipt and pay and all of that. But recently I got my mail, and my insurance company had sent me a notice that my driver's license wasn't valid, and that they were going to drop my insurance if they didn't hear from me with proof that it was valid within 10 days. I shared a little bit about this last week. Well, my driver's license is valid. It's valid through 2027, but because of mail forwarding, I missed the 10-day deadline, and they would not have anything to do with talking to me or David about fixing it. And hi, Letty, good to see you, Surfing Dodo. I love y'all's emoticons. Texting Lulu, peace, love. All y'all doing that. Melanie, Nomad. Y'all are so cute. And there goes Kathy with one. Anyway, it was just, I'm cussing a lot tonight, and I apologize, but it was just pure bullshit. My driver's license was valid, and but I missed the 10 days, and David called them. he said, well, can I object to this? Is there a hearing? Is there a process? They're like, no, insurance is canceled. So before David went to bed that night, we had me insurance. I'm covered, y'all. I'm legal. I do things by the law. And so I got insurance. So then the next thing that happened is the dear state of Nevada says, oh, your insurance lapsed. And you have to now pay a $500 fine to renew your registration. And I'm like, I have new insurance. She goes, yeah, but we got the notice from your old insurance company that they dropped you. And so there was one of those fines where you could pay a lesser fine if you got it caught in time. And I'm like, but I'm within that window. And she goes, yeah, but you have to wait until your registration expires. I'm like, but it doesn't expire till next month. She goes, yeah, you got to wait. And then you got to pay the whole $500. And she gave us an 800 number to where David and I could have filed a grievance. And then they go after the insurance company to make them pay if they decide that the insurance company was unscrupulous about canceling the insurance. But in the meantime, your car isn't registered, and you're just waiting to see if they get the insurance company to pay or not. And I was like, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing this anymore. I'm over the state of Nevada. I'm out of here. And so I was like, if I'm going to spend $500, I'm going to spend that money moving to a different state and getting new driver's license and registration and everything, which is expensive. But hopefully it's not going to be as expensive as $500. And I'm not giving Nevada any more of my money. So So been dealing with that this week. So finished up my book signing events, dealing with Phoenix, and all of that happened, and moving. And you know how stressful moving is. It's stressful for anybody. Now, stressful compared to what, like I said earlier, some of my friends and family are dealing with, not at all. But for me, it's been very stressful. So what we did was we came to this RV park where we are now, and so about another $850 is going to get me peace of mind. So $2,200 bought me black smoke. About another $850 is going to get me peace of mind, because I'm paying for this site for a month, plus electricity, plus I'm going to have to do my driver's license and registration. And David informed me that there will be a fee to transfer my insurance, and it's okay. It's all worth it. I don't care. It's all worth it. But it is expensive, and it's time consuming, and I am having to impose on so many people to help me, because I don't understand next step. What do I do next? Where do I go? What do I have to have? And all of that. And but I'm getting her done. We made it here, and I found a mechanic that's going to start working on Phoenix on Tuesday. He might have to keep her for a night or two, which means I'm going to be displaced. And for somebody with a brain injury, that is never, ever, ever good. But it is good, right? You got to focus on the positive. I have to focus on the positive. And so another thing that I did while I'm here, you guys, is it is an escapees RV park. Another $525 bought me some limbo time, because it put me on the waiting list for a lot here permanently. Now, I'm not getting off the road. Hi, Jojo Fids. Good to see you. I'm not getting off the road. It's going to be a docking station, but instead of renting, I will own it. Now, they call it leaseholders, but you own it for your life. And that means that if I do ever have to get off the road, 70, 80, 90, whatever that age might be, it will be a place that I can afford, because the lot will be paid for. And I will only have to pay electricity and the annual maintenance, which is pretty cheap. And so I'll be able to live within my Social Security means. And that just makes me want to cry. So I'm gonna have to take out a loan to buy the lot, and that's scary as crap, but I'm just having to move forward on faith. And that's going to cost me about another $12,000, and it'll be a loan, and I'll be paying it back monthly. But that's $12,000 is buying me security. So in this week, you guys, in a week's time, are you catching this? Like 2,200 bought me black smoke, 850 bought me peace of mind, 525 bought me limbo, and another 12,000 is going to buy me security. I am over the moon happy about those things. It could be so much worse. There are so many people out here on the road that when things happen like that, they don't have backup plans. They don't have resources. They don't have the love and support that I have. They're not able to take out a loan and pay it back. There are so, what the heck? Letty Diaz. Letty. Thank you. That's a sticker. Thank you.
Cool
Thank
sticker.
you, Letty. Letty just contributed to my electricity. I'm running. Fortunately, it's cool enough. I haven't had to do the electricity. I'm scared to death of what the electrical bill is going to be, but I know how to live as a nomad, mostly off of solar. So the electric company isn't going to hit me hard. I'm working hard on it, and so I will be sharing more about this lot that I'm doing and what I'm doing right now. Every day I do what I can just to get through the day, and I don't mean to sound so maudlin, but it really is. I wake up and I'm my mind is full, my heart is heavy, and I'm constantly working to transform that to gratitude and to be in the moment with all of the blessings that I have. And I just have to go next. What's next? Next. What's next? Next. What's next? And if I start focusing on it all, because you guys, that's a lot. If I start focusing on it all, I can get paralyzed with fear. I will curl up into that. Lori, thank you, all of you. Is it going to go? There it goes, the hearts for you guys. I'm very grateful for that. And you guys, it's not just my family and friends. It's my wonderful viewers. It's my KOKO Fam patrons. It's my YouTube members. And I'm so blessed. I work hard. I do. I know I sound like I'm whining tonight, but I work hard. And sometimes when life comes at you fast and it's just blow after blow after blow after blow, it's the earth angels in your life that get you through. And yes, RV living with the geezer. It's so good to see you. And I'll share more about it later because I believe it is a good deal. And the thing about this park that I want you all to understand, and I think I was saying something before I did a squirrel, is that I just really, I cannot express enough the love I have in my heart for the love that I'm given all the time. You guys doing the super chat tips when you can, and for showing up every Friday night, and for watching my videos, and for being KOKO Fam members, and for coming to KOKO Fest and buying my books, and just all of the things that you all suit up and show up in the ways that you do for me is what keeps me going, because I don't know what I would do without that. I mean, do y'all understand that you are life-saving life jackets for me? I don't know sometimes if the viewers on these YouTube channels understand how much you contribute just by showing up. And then you go do things like super chat tips. But I mean, anybody that does a channel, anybody that does a live stream, anybody that does a workshop, anybody that does blogs, and it's fun, but it's also work. And especially when you have a brain injury and you're trying to juggle all that. And then I suit up and show up, and you guys suit up and show up, and it just, I don't even know how to express that you are what keeps me going. And thank you, all of you. And especially Frugal RV Gal, are you hearing that? Okay. So I hope you get the love that's coming from me to you. Thank you, Geezer. Thank you very much, Geezer. I'm going to read y'all. I didn't know I was going to do this, but I shared it with patrons. So today, September 6th, I was struggling today, this morning, because I had to get a whole bunch of financial stuff to David because of all of this that's going on. Jana was helping me so beautifully figuring out what I needed, and has been helping me for the driver's license, for the registration, because I can't read. I can't. Oh, Richard, thank you, my darling. For those of you that might not remember, Richard is who got me my tires and wheels for Phoenix. See how blessed I am? Too blessed to whine. That's for dang sure. But I did get up this morning, and it's no fun sometimes feeling like you're imposing on so many people and indebted to so many people. Sometimes my mind will go back to the me I used to be before my brain injury, and how self-sufficient I was, both independently day to day in life and financially. I was the one helping other people out. And when I can't understand things, and poor Jenna, she called me over to look at some things, and I couldn't understand a damn thing that was on her computer screen that she was asking me about. I just couldn't. And she was so patient and kind about it. And I came back, and I was in a bad place mentally, because I'm lost right now on tracking all of this. I know what's happened, but to be able to fight my way out of the bag, this cat can't do it. and I came back to my rig, and I was really downhearted by it all. And I knew I needed to get a Patreon post out, and I needed to get ready for Friday Night Live, because like I said, you guys lift me up and keep me going. And so I got out my little book that is always this little book, Time for Joy. You can go to my Amazon store and find it. I have it listed there. It just so many times it lifts me up and speaks to me. And I want to read you what it said today. It said, if we listen to the way that we speak to ourselves when we make mistakes, and for me, it was not being able to figure anything out, we may be able to hear whether or not we are nurturing or destroying ourselves and our self-esteem. And that was written by, I've been tearing up, so now I can't see. That was written by Marcia Sintar. I don't know how to say her last name. And then it goes on to say, what do we tell ourselves when we make mistakes? Take the time to stop and listen to your self-talk. Chances are there are times when you put yourself down. You judge yourself and are unforgiving with yourself. Notice how many times you have a negative thing to say about yourself and to yourself. Notice if you can accept your imperfections, or are you only satisfied when everything is perfect in your judgment? Gently make note and then change your self-talk to a positive affirmation that will make you feel good. And then it closes with a, I forget what they're called, like a mantra or something, an affirmation. I just read that, and I'll tell you all about reading in just a moment. Today, I am listening to my self-talk with gentle, non-judgmental ears. It is okay to make mistakes today. I am giving myself positive messages with permission to accept both my victories and defeats. And I was like, oh my God, could that be any more perfect for what I was feeling in that moment? Now, I've shared with y'all that I can write. Obviously, I'm working on my 11th book. The 10th one is going to be out soon in paperback. And as soon as I can sit down and figure out how to release it. But reading is difficult for me. More than 2 paragraphs, and I can't remember what I read. And so I had to read that. I'm guessing about 10 times before I could it really sunk in. And by the time I read that 10 times and I began to hear what it had to say and I could remember what I had just read, it just hit my heart so deeply. And I shared it in case it might help any of you. And I shared it with patrons today too. So I still need to order books because I sold out. Isn't that a great problem to have? I sold out of some of my books at my book signings this summer. And I've got to get books ordered before KOKO Fest. I need to prepare for KOKO Fest. I need to release Dominion because it's now ready. Well, I need to check a few more edits. I need to answer comments and emails. So many of you have been so good to me and have contacted me and have left such beautiful comments and posts. And I know I'm behind on things, but I go back to that book and what I just read, that I'm going to be kind to myself. And I know that I'm doing the best I can. And I know that you are too. And I want you to give each other two thumbs up. And I want you to keep showing each other great love. And because that's all that really matters, right? Is love. There it goes. And that includes to yourself. So I hope that you can come join me at KOKO Fest. And I hope that if you're a KOKO Fam member or a YouTube channel member, that you'll come join me in February for the come camp with me. Now, I don't call it that anymore. I call it the KOKO Fam Camp Together. Because life is so short and we never know when things are going to change and we don't get to have those opportunities. And I would just love to be able to spend some time with you guys. But that's it for me. That's what I wanted to share. I thank y'all all. Thank you again for the super chat tips. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for being in my life and for being on this journey with me. We'll see you down the road, everybody. Have a great weekend.